There seems to be an emerging trend. Right there, I got it, okay.
Welcome to Work It Wednesday.
Welcome to Work It Wednesday, the show that answers your questions about marketing, social media, and everything in between. Last week we talked about generations and why generational thinking is condescending and non-productive. And as promised, this week we're going to cover the biggest trends of 2016, why they were so popular, and how we can use them moving into 2017. Originally, I had said that we were going to do 10.
Join us next week as we discuss the top 10 marketing trends of 2016 going into 2017.
There's not really 10. If you do some Googling, you can definitely find 10. I think a lot of things are redundant. Instead, I am not doing that. I was able to find 7. All 7 of them can be boiled down into 4 statements. 1. An increased focus on the customer experience. 2. The rise of interactive content. 3. Users are craving more vicarious experiences. And 4. They want to take all of it with them. It's gotta be mobile. Although we kind of already saw that coming, right? I mean, I can't even go to the bathroom without taking my phone with me because what would I do? So get ready, grab a piece of paper, and listen up. And we can't talk about an increased focus on customer experience without addressing chatbots. They're fantastic! With the rise of digital assistants like Cortana and Siri, people are more often turning to their mobile devices to find out the answers to the questions that they want to know. Where should we go to eat? Where can I get my favorite pair of shoes? How can I get them the cheapest? And with businesses like Facebook, Twitter, and WhatsApp introducing integrated bots, you can already see how the customer experience is being enhanced. Since Facebook launched bots in April, there has been over 12,000 messenger bots created for the platform. Chatbots are great customer relation management tools, and customer relation management tools are crucial for a successful business. These integrated bots are helping with bookings, customer service, and making real-time engagement with the customer doable even for a small business. The user count on these messaging apps have increased dramatically this year. Messenger and WhatsApp have more than 1 billion users and continue to show an increase in growth. Chatbots just make sense for brands. It allows common questions to be answered easily through an automated system while freeing up customer service reps or people like you to handle more in-depth questions when they come along rather than answering the same question over and over and over again. So why is this trend so popular? Well, in addition to it being a better customer service experience, we wanted it. A survey by Haywire Media found that 53% of users between 18 and 34 prefer to use digital media to communicate. This could be email, web chat, text, or social media, and they all prefer it over calling someone directly on their phone. And if I have to be honest, I would much rather deal with a chat bot than I would deal with a phone bot. Press 1 for more information. It also found that 79% of all of us are frustrated with our customer service options. We want more. We find them to be too limiting. And 31% of us would prefer a text message option for customer support. Getting started with this trend is very easy. All you have to do is fill out the automated responses and most of the apps will do the work for you. You can customize them to say whatever you want them to say. I have one set up for paperless marketing with the messenger bot. Normally, I can beat the bot to it, but on those rare occasions when I can't, it's really handy. And if you're a small business like I am, or a one-man show, this eliminates the need for customer support. You don't have to hire employees for effective customer service anymore, so it's a cost-effective marketing requirement. Another big trend that emerged under the focus on the customer experience umbrella was an increase in personalization. And for those of you who used to participate in Work It Wednesday back when it was live on Facebook, I'm sure you remember the renewable advertising theory. And if you don't, down below, you can watch it now. Advertising is like a renewable resource. It should be personalized to the people that you are trying to target. You should design with respect for everyone, design not just for people, but with people, and design for them where they are. If that's not personalization, I don't know what is. Increased personalization was even written into Google's algorithm. Facebook spent a lot of time on its facial recognition software, which helps to identify those in the pictures with you. Facebook has also been tweaking its deep learning, and if you'd like to learn more about Facebook deep learning, there is a link below. Job search engines are doing a better job at linking businesses with potential employees and vice versa. Google and Pinterest both have used their artificial intelligence to increase image searchability, which is kind of neat. Here's something fun you can do. Pause this video, Google your name, and click the Images tab. Go ahead, I'll wait. What'd you find? Crazy, right? Real-time marketing blew up this year. And if you'd like to learn more about real-time marketing, I've written several blogs about it. Just go to the blog section of this website. Learn everything you need to know about real-time marketing. For those of you who don't know, Snapchat acquired Verb this year as well. Verb is a local app that allows users to find things in their area and save them. And the acquisition of Verb could allow for Snapchat to solve one of its biggest issues, discoverability. And now it is no longer enough to share what it's like to be somewhere. You actually have to engage the user and make them feel as though they are with you. And that leads me into the next big subject, the rise of interactive content. You can no longer just post what it's like to be there, but you have to bring the user with you. Videos made a huge impact this year. 1/3 of all online activity was spent watching videos. Did you know that 75% of executives watch business-related videos on business websites during the workday? Those of us under the age of 35 are actually consuming 65% less television to make room for online video content. The average user is exposed to 32.3 videos a month. Going back to personalization, video is a great way to make the user feel like they're part of your event as it's unfolding. Whether you're using live video, 360 videos, or just posting in real time. And out of those who interacted with video, 75% of them would go on to interact with a video in an advertisement. And trust for a video ad is surprisingly effective. 36% of those who interact with a video ad trust the brand more. 90% of users have said that a video describing a product helps them to decide whether or not they should buy that product. And in real estate, this is huge. Having worked for a real estate firm, I can tell you that your market isn't always local. And with the expansion of the internet, you can draw in clients from anywhere. Imagine if a client or another broker in another state could take one of their clients on a 360 tour of the house. A recent case study by Magnifier found that when creating a video, if you post that video in 360 format, users are 29% more likely to engage with a 360-degree video than they are the same video shot in a different format. 360 video can be a very effective way of making someone feel as though they're looking at the product in person. Something else you should take note of. People are watching videos across multiple devices. We're not just watching video on our televisions anymore. According to the Think with Google report, 85% of us between 18 and 49 are watching two different things at the same time on two different devices. And most of the time, an overwhelming amount of us are watching live television while simultaneously watching something on YouTube on our phones, which really isn't that surprising.
The average person talks at about 225 words per minute, but we can listen at up to 500 words per minute. So our minds are filling in those other 275 words.
Crazy, right? To think that we can process what we're hearing quicker than we can process what's coming out of our mouth. What does it mean? It means you really shouldn't just focus on one video platform if you'd like to reach your audience effectively. But if you decide that that is the route that you want to go, pay attention to YouTube. The Think with Google report also showed that those between the ages of 18 and 34 will drop everything that they're doing just to watch a new video
by their favorite creator.
And when asked what video platform they couldn't live without, YouTube was the #1 response. Here's another big trend that I am really excited to see take off in 2017. Circular video. Check this out. Spectacles can record a 115-degree field of view. That's almost identical to the human eye. You'll be able to go from landscape to portrait to landscape to portrait, and it'll just, you saw the video. I'm really excited about that. Another thing I feel is worth mentioning, but I don't want to spend too much time on, is temporary content when it comes to videos, like Snapchat, how it disappears after 24 hours. I don't really want to cover it because I saw several places that it's a trend. But is it really? Because when television first came out, you could only watch it when it was live, and then the VCR came and we could record things, and those who create, like me, when I'm proud of my work, I share it on multiple platforms, and I think it's just a matter of time before we can, instead of just screen grab, we can maybe screen record. What you should note about temporary content or vanishing content is that users are more engaged with it because they don't know if they're going to be able to catch it at another time. Like catching that football game, not the same when you catch a replay. Imagine if the replay didn't even exist. So although I could put this next trend in the video trend, it kind of stands on its own. 2016 was also the year of live video.
Am I live?
What up, Peach?
I have to hold it.
Hey, we are live from Phuket Walking Street.
Facebook Live and Periscope both saw huge surges this year. Facebook Live is an engagement super tool. Reports showed that users were watching 10 times longer and commenting 10 times more on Facebook Live videos than they were their counterparts. It gave us a new way to interact with important content. And Facebook's live coverage of the debates went bananas, attracting millions of viewers from around the world. People viewing the debates in their favorite social networks increased exponentially. I believe that the rise in interactive content is what gave birth to us craving the interactive, vicarious experiences. We have to talk about virtual reality and augmented reality. The biggest game of 2016 was, drumroll please, that's right, Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go was averaging 45 million users a day. It broke records for most app downloads in a single day on the App Store. And while I was doing research for this episode, I noticed that a lot of people didn't want to make any predictions about how virtual reality or augmented reality may affect 2017. I'm gonna. I don't think Pokemon Go was the only big thing that happened to augmented reality this year when it came to marketing and trends. Facebook purchased Masquerade in order to compete with Snapchat. What's Masquerade? Now, Snapchat had something similar to this for a while. They had bought Lookersee earlier this year, but recently they just launched World Lenses, which allows the user to look around like Pokemon Go and experience an augmented reality. If you haven't seen it or you do not have the app, let me be the first to show you. I have already begun to play with these, and I am having way too much fun. But I don't know if fun's always a bad thing. Mobile first. This year, mobile traffic surpassed desktop traffic. According to iMedia Connection, there are over 5 times more mobile phones than there are desktop computers. Morgan Stanley states that over 90% of shoppers keep their phones on them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and they influence purchasing decisions while in the store. There are even some mobile-only apps like Instagram or Snapchat that one can only access through a mobile device. And digital natives spend most of their time there. Google has stated that they're going to give priority to web pages that are amped meaning an accelerated mobile page. So if you want more conversions in 2017, you better get a mobile-friendly website or at least a mobile-friendly landing page. It'll reduce your bounce rate significantly. And if you would like to incorporate a mobile-first strategy in 2017, I have put a how-to link below. I hope that you have enjoyed this week's Work It Wednesday, and if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I would love to talk about this more. This has gotten me so excited, and I cannot wait to start putting together my strategy for 2017. Oh, real quick though, before I let you go, I just want to throw it out there. Something that I've noticed, I don't know that it's a trend, but it's definitely something to take note of, and that is big company buyouts. So if you haven't noticed, this year seems to be a very big year for buyouts. Facebook bought WhatsApp, Instagram, and Oculus Rift. A while back, Twitter bought Periscope, and just this year, Microsoft acquired LinkedIn. And if you would like to know more about the acquisition, I encourage you to check out the News and Events tab, where I discuss it in further detail during the Social Media Summit here in New Bern, North Carolina. It seems as though all these social media companies, which really are just media companies, they are monopolizing. Just like big media, there will be a handful of companies that own everything. I don't think this is something to be afraid of, but I think it's something to acknowledge. Social media is just another form of media, and it's not going away. If anything, it's getting bigger. Understanding these changes and acquisitions will help you to market to your potential customer by understanding where their attention is and what they are doing to keep the attention of the user on the platform. So I encourage you to stay on top of these companies, because as they change to adapt to a user-focused market, it will help you to stay on top of trends for 2017. Until next week, work it, guys.
Oh, and be sure to check out Hate the Hustle on YouTube.